Hi, good morning everyone. Welcome back to the Italian Grand Sketching Tour. And it's another day, another stop, and this time I take you to Gemona del Friuli, a small town near Udine, and it's the region of Friuli Venezia Giulia. I was already in Gemona, but when I went back I found it very peaceful and very beautiful. I was very impressed by this city, and that's why I stayed actually a couple of days, and I visited a lot of the surrounding areas from here because there are a lot of things to see in this area. It was strongly destroyed during the earthquake that happened in 1976, and I was very impressed to see that everything was built again and everything was completely restored and renewed. In particular, this is the Duomo, is the main church of the city, dedicated to Saint Mary, and it's probably the masterpiece of the city. It's a very ancient church. It was finished in 1330. It took 40 years more or less to build, and it was mainly made by Maestro Giovanni, that at the time was an architect and a sculptor. And he, together with other few maestros of the area, are responsible for all the decorations. And in particular, the facade has this series of statues that are representing the Epiphany, all the story of the birth of Jesus, in particularly when the kings came for adoration. And so the statues represent the whole story. And then this is a huge statues of San Cristoforo. San Cristoforo is a saint that is always represented as a giant man with Jesus on his shoulders. And so this statue is like 7 meters tall, is carved in stone. It's like 6 blocks of stone. San Cristoforo is the patron of pilgrims and travelers and people that work in these fields. And it was built here because this was also an area of passage of people coming back and forth to move around Europe. Another feature, very important, is the rose windows. There are 3, which are in Venetian style. In particular, the big one was ordered in Venice and then brought here. The whole church is in Romantic and Gothic style, while the bell tower, that is over 50 meters tall, is very simple, just a rectangular bell tower, and with 4 bells that actually are very recent because they were built after the war, because the old ones were used for were melted for producing weaponry. It was destroyed during the earthquake, but they managed to restore it stone by stone using the same materials to put it back, apart from on this side, which couldn't be restored completely, and it was built anew, restored with new methodologies, but using the same structure that it was before. But actually, when you go inside, you can notice when it was rebuilt. As you can see, the church is like it's on a slope, and when you go to the church, you have behind the church these huge mountains that seems to protect the whole area and the whole city. And the high church and the mountain behind really gives you this atmosphere of prayer and spirituality and calmness and connection to something higher. So I really, doing this tour, I really realized how architects and builders during the centuries were really careful about where they were building things, because it really made a difference in their meaning. So I hope you enjoyed this visit to the Duomo of Gemona del Friuli. I wait for you for the next days in another area of Italy, and I wish you a great day. Bye! Bye everyone!